Let me go ahead and start.
And we're live. Un momento, let's give it a second to register, and I can put the episode on the page really quick.
Yep, same thing I'm about to do too.
What episode
what up, family that's out there in the world?
Hey, you guys. Give us un momento.
Everybody's posting sharing it.
Oh, I'm gonna skip 141, 142, 143.
What's the movie called? It was called Hunt. Dang it.
I'm gonna put the thing on here. 144. So on episode 145.
It look good.
Episode 145. 145. Episode 145. Okay, then let's share it. Share to page. Episode 45.
Here we go.
Boom. All right. Publish. All right, everybody. Thanks for holding tight. Welcome to Happy Hour with TMS. We're not together. I know you guys missed us for the last 2 weeks. We have been together, but we're not together today. So just get over it. We'll be together another time. Someone texted me earlier, was like, "Are you guys going to be together?" And I was like, "Not this week, but we will be back together at some point."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't do it every week.
Yeah, we can't do it every week.
You're like literally down the street.
No,
right.
No, because us being together then means going somewhere out. After that. And then Wednesday, y'all almost ruined all of Thanksgiving. No,
we don't have to go
your idea.
Right, exactly.
Look, it's your idea to go out.
Look, I said what I said, and that's that.
But that's inaccurate.
I literally had one drink and kept shuffling around. People thought I was drinking the drinks and I wouldn't.
So let me tell you, I had one and then was responsible after that. I was like, I need a Topo Chico. Cool. Just put it in a glass. I'm having the sparkling water and I'm gonna be good. Well, lo and behold, Topo Chico sounds like Prosecco.
Tequila.
I took a sip and I was like, oh
no,
not water.
That'll make you even worse.
Yeah, last time I went with y'all, that next day I couldn't function the whole day.
Y'all gotta learn how to control yourselves.
No one stopped me, and it was bad.
Because I be taking drinks. It looks like I'm taking a drink, but I don't really be taking a drink. Because somebody gave me a shot and it was like, "You take it back," and I was like, "Uh-huh." And I lightly poured it on the floor when nobody was looking. Put the cup right back on the table. No, ma'am, I know my limits. So no, thank you. I'm not drinking.
I'm good. I'm good for finding out what the people around me are drinking, and then I just be passing it off.
Like take this. Take this.
I'm good for that.
So, like we those are our Tuesday shenanigans. If you have seen us out on Tuesday, you may have seen. We seen some of our listeners on the Tuesday before. I think that first Tuesday we all went out. Gerardo wasn't with us, and then there were other people that we saw on the following Tuesday. So we're gonna go around like we always do and say what we are drinking and why we are happy today on this happy Tuesday. Gerardo, you look like you are excited to tell why you are happy.
Well, I mean, I'm happy because you know what? I had a pretty decent talk with my supervisor about there's things that I see going on within the company. He received it well.
Okay.
Because normally, you know, when you talk to certain people, like in my job, I'm a senior in my job, and a lot of things are done past me, and when it should go through me. So I kind of took back that power today, having a conversation with him, having a conversation with other groups, and from the comments I was getting back, it's been received well.
Good.
Normally, because to be honest with you, when Black men go to you with a situation, it's always not received well. It's always taken as we're challenging you, and you know we're trying to override you. But when we literally trying to get a genuine being aggressive, but we really just trying to get a genuine understanding of the role that we have and how we should be actually doing our role and how can we progress from that role. So it was received well. I was expecting the worst and got better than what I thought.
Right.
So today, yeah, tell me a good day as far as like the regular job.
Right. Okay. That's smart. Because yeah, they will deem black men and women. Like if you speak up, you're aggressive or
right. You almost gotta preface it. You always gotta be like, hey, you know what? Don't take this the wrong way. It's just a genuine conversation of some issues that I've had. You know, you gotta make them feel comfortable. Right. And I didn't do that. But I didn't do that. Yeah. I didn't really want to make him feel comfortable. But I didn't know. I was hoping they was received well, and he did.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Congratulations. And what are you drinking?
Right now, I'm drinking some Clyde Mays Alabama style whiskey.
All right.
With some Fever Tree ginger beer.
Wow, all of your drinks are like super Black Lives Matter.
Right. I was about to say ninja-ish.
Well, Clyde Mays is a white man, FYI. So just to make it
just sounds.
It's like a black man name. I don't know.
Yeah, I do sound like a black man name. Clyde Mays is a white guy.
All right.
Not good whiskey. So white people, if you make good whiskey, I'm in that thing.
Okay.
All right.
Michelle, why are you happy today and what are you drinking?
So I'm drinking a little Clase Azul out of a new cup that I have. You see, my name is here, but then
that's nice.
Da 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 da.
Oh, come on, Texan rocking.
Isn't that the coolest?
Astros, okay.
All in one.
All three.
So super cool. My friend got it for me, and I was like, hey. But then I'm happy. So I found I'm the least Christmas, like whatever the decorations are. I'm gonna do like a little bit less than that. Well, let me rephrase, a lot less than that. I'm just gonna barely do more than nothing.
That Charlie Brown tree.
I have a Charlie Brown tree. I have one ornament that I put on it. I have probably 3 ornaments total. They were all gifts, and I rotate between those 3. I had one really perfect red ball, and Maverick broke it, and Miracle was like,
"Oh no."
He was very apologetic, like, "Oh my gosh, I'll get you another one." And I was like,
it's okay. Don't
worry. But I bought a new Christmas tree last night. Can you believe it?
How tall is it?
Look.
I knew.
Oh my gosh. Is that actually a Christmas tree? What is that?
That's bigger than the one last year. Remember what last year in the corner?
That was a struggle one.
That was a struggle tree.
Pearls and it's a Charlie Brown tree, literally. This one is pearls and bling. It already has a star on it. I don't have to do anything.
That's already better than the struggle
set it on the desk and we're done.
That's like a whole
that's upgrade. Like, this is my Christmas tree. Oh, that tree was bad.
So I think I'm gonna move what's up there, if you can see. There. I'm gonna move that and I'm gonna put it up there. And that's it. Merry Christmas. You can put that on the wall. Merry Christmas.
Go buy you a shelf. Go to IKEA, buy you a shelf. Put on your wall and just sit it on the shelf.
Right, just sit it up there.
Just sit on the shelf.
Merry Christmas. I'm done decorating.
My 8-foot black Santa is gonna go out soon as Dre get here.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of girl.
No, Dre gotta have a Christmas
8-foot
tree.
Black Santa out in the front yard, waving.
I love it. I couldn't find a black Santa for the front yard, so I had to go with reindeer. The blow up one. Oh, you had a blow up one.
I got the 8-foot.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't find one.
Again, Black Lives Matter. Okay.
Even my Santa is black.
Even your Santa is code black.
He's bleedy black.
Yeah. Why are you happy? What are you drinking?
I was off today, so that definitely was a happy day. I'm going to be off pretty much 1 or 2 days every week until the end of the year because I have to use my days before I lose them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and I'm drinking water because I'm doing this diet, and so I have to watch my macros, and I was supposed to have a certain amount of healthy fats for the day before I cut off my eating at 8, and I knew we were going to be on the show, so I kind of overindulged in a healthy fat. I feel like my stomach is like, why did you do that? So I'm drinking water. So if you guys see me just do a church finger, I'll be back. Because I feel like I'm gonna barf for some reason. Like I just want the oils to just digest in my stomach. I feel like they're kind of still stuck in this area here. So yeah, I probably won't do that again. Terrible. Yeah, I probably won't do that again. I just have to miss the fats. That's it. I'll have to start over the next day if I miss out. So
you sound like me when I did the olive oil diet. Oh,
yeah, like it was MCT oil, so it's just kind of chilling. Like it ain't quite.
Yeah.
What is the olive oil diet, please?
So it's a detox that I do in my gym. It's basically we got it from Sunshines, and so you start off drinking a whole 12 ounces of olive oil. That's the first thing you do. And you digest the olive oil, and then you take these CKS pills after that. After that is like no alcohol, no sugar, certain seasonings. Like you use season, but it ain't the good seasonings.
Because you'll literally poo on yourself if you try to eat some.
You cough. Uh-oh.
Right. It will, because you'll be like, that was not a fart, that was wet.
That was kind of wet. I'll be right back.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's
but it literally gets a lot of stuff out your body. And a lot of stuff out your body, you like.
Yeah.
How long do you do that for?
Oh, we did it for 33 days.
Oh, that's when you were shredding down?
That's all you wait.
I shredded down. No. You just start off with the olive oil.
Yeah, you don't have
every day.
It's like a detox.
Just the one time.
Just the one time. Start off with olive oil.
Yeah.
And you have to drink it within like 2 hours.
Okay.
So
and it makes everything slide out. Okay.
Yes.
And then but then what do you eat?
Well, you get with a list of foods you can eat. So of course I do seafood. That's what I ate. I still have it. I still have the diet.
You have to eat a lot of raw vegetables or
raw vegetables. You can cook it, but you can't just cook it to death.
Yeah, you gotta leave the nutrients
out of it.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So
you might as well just eat it raw because
might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. So I meal prep. You can do brown rice, stuff like that. You have to do like good fats, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm interesting. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what's going on in sports?
Did we ask why you was drinking and why you were happy?
Oh, I did. I said I was happy because I was off and I'm drinking water.
She was drinking water.
Oh, I asked Michelle. I asked she in?
Yes, I went.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? I'm sure. I didn't know what you was drinking or nothing.
My Christmas tree. My Christmas tree and my cup was the announcement.
Yeah, her cup.
What was in the cup? I didn't hear that part. My bad.
Casa Azul.
Casa Azul.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Where the hell you been in?
I probably was looking down.
So in sports, fun fact, the Rockets have won 4 games now. Ooh.
3 in a row.
And so we were only on 1 for a really, really long time.
16
and
games.
Now we have another 3 wins in a row. And then we had someone last night get a triple-double, which was really funny. Oh gosh.
Kevin Porter Jr.
She did. So shout out to his teammates. They let him get that last rebound so he could clock a triple-double. I don't think he even realized, like, they was all
they was yelling at him to get the ball, like, get the ball.
Get the ball. And he like, what y'all doing? And I'm like, okay. And after he got it, he could like laugh and was like, oh. But the team is so young, and that's just like a really perfect example. They are so young. I went to the game a few weeks ago, and I mean, they look 12 and a half, and one of them looks 14. It's just a mess. And so they're figuring it out. They're working it out. Good luck to them.
This team is going to be really good in the next 2 years. They're going to be really, really good because you see it now. My issue is like they on this 3-game winning streak, the rookie hasn't been playing and they've been winning. And I hate to say it, but throughout the season, I'm like, man, this guy here is almost being like Harden. Don't try to make it your team. Try to make it a team.
Right.
And so without him, Kevin Porter Jr., who's got the triple-double, was able to do his role. He's point guard. And he hasn't looked as good all season because Jalen Green has been this James Harden spirit. He's James Harden.
Some people have a takeover spirit, and you just deal with it how you deal. So the NFL news, Cowboys coach tested positive for COVID. And then like yesterday I heard it was like 8 people. Have they announced who those people are yet? And are there more? I don't know, but I remember hearing about that. And I was like, hey, hope you lose. There was some conversation about the possibility of rescheduling the game, like, oh, if they can't field a team. And I was like, nope, hope you lose. Whatever. Whoop, whoop.
Right.
However it works. In college, a lot of changes in the coaching situation, some surprises. You know, everybody thinks that Notre Dame and getting that position is like the big deal, but he is leaving to go to LSU.
Go
And,
Tigers.
you know, so people are like, you know, Notre Dame is supposed to be the dream job. But I'm like, we're talking about 7 million versus 15 million. So I'll holla.
Right.
If anybody is doubling and one my salary.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's coming. And Brian Kelly's had a great college, you know what I'm saying, resume.
He's done good at Notre Dame. What is it, like 53-9 or something like that?
Yeah.
Is his record?
Yeah, he didn't do good. He didn't do good on the NFL level. He didn't do good there, but college level,
he didn't do good in the playoffs either. But whatever.
Right.
It doesn't matter. He's done well in general, and so we'll see what he does to LSU. I mean, they won a national title just a couple of years ago. Ed Orgeron is Ed Orgeron. He's been full of shenanigans, and so he can be there no more. Some of the stories I've heard have been absolutely hilarious.
That's why he's not there.
Absolutely hilarious. Did you hear the one where he pulled up to the gas station and told, it was like a woman, he was like, yo, what's up? You want to go with me? And she was like, I'm pregnant. He was like, and then it turns out she was married to like one of the athletic directors or one of the senior people at LSU. It was, so he was just real out and open with it. I anyway. So yeah, he's out. And that's really, you know, everybody else, you know, playing football, people are losing. Every 50% of the people that played lost. So
right.
The Texans were whack. I went to that game on Sunday and it was just like, oh, the Jets. I had low expectations, but god dog, the Jets.
I hope that the stadium empty.
It was more people than you thought, but it wasn't at all close to full. It was empty. Nobody was tailgating. It was cold, and
that didn't matter years ago. That didn't matter if it was cold or not. The Texans just sucked it, and we gotta get rid of the whole management. We would never be able to rebuild with that management.
Do you think they've had enough time? I'm sorry. Do you mean the coaches, or you mean the beyond that?
Beyond like coaches.
Okay, like I got you.
Easter Bay, Cesaro, he shouldn't even be there. And Cal, I gotta be honest. Cal is just a kid who inherited a football team. He knows absolutely nothing about football. His dad didn't know nothing about football. All his dad knows is, I'm just trying to make money.
Well, it's looking a little rough right now, and so that's that. But that's all I got.
What do you think our career gonna be?
Somewhere with an open blank check. Whoever got the most money, like LSU, you double and one my salary, I'm out. That's where he's going.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like our guest is here too.
Right.
Hold on. So we have Raven Magwood is our first guest. I don't know if they're together.
Oh, okay. Hey, I got a $2 you call it. Should it be called the variant should be called Omicron or Marion?
Neither.
How you doing, Raven? You can chime in on this also.
Hi, Raven.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So welcome to Happy Hour with TMS. I don't know if Shay told you, but normally we have drinks on the show.
Okay.
You don't have a drink with you, huh?
I don't. I can get one, but
okay.
Go get a drink.
Okay. I'll go get it.
Go get a drink.
All right.
Yep.
You can make it a small one.
No, make the drink how you make it.
Don't make it blackish. Like Geralda's drinks.
What you drinking?
That's funny.
Alabama whiskey.
Always something.
I know my rights.
I know my right.
But seriously, so have y'all seen the memes about the Omicron variant being called Omarion?
All right.
We have.
Hilarious. You gotta watch it.
All right, we have. Hey, Reggie.
Hey.
Yo.
So, Raven just went to get a libation to join us because this is happy hour. Our show is happy time. So, do you have a drink with you?
Oh, I can. Hold on one second.
Okay.
The same answer. Raven.
Let me pop open this Angry Orchard right fast. Hold on.
Okay.
You said I ain't saying nothing but a word.
Okay, so Raven, while he's popping open his Angry Orchard, we normally start the show with asking why you are happy, because it's happy hour. There you go, Reggie. And what drink did you get?
I got a Angry Orchard right now. This is the only thing I got available on me.
All right.
Okay. And it looks like Raven has some wine.
Yes, I have some Moscato.
Okay. And why are you happy today? Did something good happen? Did something great happen in the world? Why are you happy?
I'm just happy to be alive and have the opportunity to do what I do. Life is pretty awesome right now. The man in my life is awesome. Good project.
Oh, it's me. Oh yeah, I'm happy because I'm making some music right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm making something real smazzy right now.
Smazzy. That sounds like that's gonna be fun when you make up a word.
You gonna do a sample of it?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I got 1 second for
how would you spell smazzy? Because I've never heard that. Like, how would you
spell? So you got to put the S and the H in there. So it's something real simple. Hold on.
Okay.
Got the snare in that thing?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, Reggie, I see
So
you.
are you gonna are you singing on that or you can perform on that?
Okay, that is smazzy.
Oh, we got a little smash in there.
I like it. So today, even though you guys are both multi-talented, Raven is an author, you're also a musician. Reggie, I saw that you were on Wild 'N Out. That is one of my favorite shows. I love comedy, so that's dope. But we are today talking about Haunted Trails, a horror movie that's coming out. Raven co-directed it with Robin Givens. That is absolutely awesome, and she also stars in it. And then Reggie also stars in the movie along with Desi Banks, and I'm sure there's some other names in there, but those are the names that we got. So tell us how you, I guess, got connected with Robin Givens to even start co-directing this movie.
Yes, I had actually worked with her a few years before. Okay. And so when I finished the script, I reached out to her because we were looking for, I really wanted a female director. And so I reached out to her, and I didn't know if she would even remember me or, even want to do it. But she asked me to send the script over. She said, "Of course I remember you, Raven, send it right over." And then at that point, I thought it might be a month before I hear back, or a couple of weeks at least. And literally the next day, she texted me and said, "I want to do it." Oh, so when we had her, yes. So we got her locked down very quickly. And then same thing, sent it to Desi. He read the script, was like, "Okay, what do I need to do? I want to play Zay." And then same thing with Reggie. I really saw Reggie as Austin. And it's a more serious character, even though Reggie's extremely funny. His character required him to go in a different direction, but I really just felt like Reggie could do it. And when he read the script, he wanted to be a part of it too. And just really, that's been the story of Haunted Trail. I think everyone just kind of believed in this independent project. And literally a year later, we started shooting October 2020 during the pandemic, and then October 28th, it came out on BET Plus. So just extremely grateful that it worked out that way.
Awesome. So how was filming during the pandemic? Because I'm sure this was a new thing for everybody, just having to be covered up and mask on. So how did that work?
Oh, if I'm going to put my producer hat on, as producer, it was stressful because if anybody got COVID, basically we would have had to shut down production. And we were an independent film. And we shot this film literally, I think, total 17 days. And so we didn't have room for error. We didn't have room to shut down. We didn't have room to quarantine. So as producer, I was freaking out, like, wear a mask, we can't get COVID. And we did not have one positive test. All of the tests were negative. So that was amazing. But of course, it's just stressful. And then also with my producer's hat on, it was more expensive. You've got to buy all of the mask and the cleaning products. You have to pay for the testing. At that time, when it was first 2020, testing was extremely expensive. So that added another layer. And then, just on set as an actress, it wasn't too bad. It was just funny that we're all talking in masks and, kind of tiptoeing around each other in that sense. But it was fun, looking back on it, it's crazy. We got it done and it was fun, a lot of fun.
Okay. So Reggie, was this your first acting debut or have you done other movies?
I've done a lot of web series, some auditions here and there, but nothing to this magnitude of playing a character in a movie. And even when Raven reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think you're the perfect person for this role," and I'm thinking, like, do I have to audition? She's like, "No, you got it. We just need you to come down and knock it out the park." So the fact that she was giving me the opportunity without doing any audition process was absolutely a blessing.
Okay. And I have another question. Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
No, so I'm just saying, so like basically your social media presence is what got you here. Were you doing a variety of things or a large range, or was it mostly just comedy? But either way, we were like, oh, that guy, yeah, we like him. Like you can partly answer it, Reggie, but then also you, Raven, like how did you get there?
Yeah. I mean, he obviously does a lot of comedy, but within the comedy, I saw some of his sketches where he kind of went there and it intrigued me. And I was like, wait, it's funny, but he brought something different to that skit and I enjoyed it. And so when I did the Zoom call with him, me and my producing partner, Jock McKissick, we did the Zoom call. I really explained the character. I told him, Reggie, I really think you can do this. This is what you're going to have to do. And we kind of ran through some things. And even from that phone call, he just knocked it out. And I said, yeah, that was my confirmation. He's the guy.
Nice. We know Reggie is into comedian too, like in comedy too, but how was it being on the same stage as Desi? Desi puts our stuff on Instagram practically every day. I can imagine being on that kind of set with him.
Yeah, he's such a jokester. It's jokes all day. It's literally 4 a.m., 5 a.m. we're shooting. He's just trying to get everybody in high spirits because it was cold, super cold, 20 degrees, and we're just trying to knock this one part out. But he was definitely a joy to be, sharing a movie.
Nice.
Yeah. So what was the process like gathering a cast that consisted of like the new generation comedians and talent? Because that's, it's a different ballpark. Everyone's famous from social media. So how are you able to tap into that? Because there's so many people.
Yes. Definitely I give credit as far as that's concerned to my producing partner, Jock, because, I did the writing and kind of more of the production standpoint of getting the movie itself together. And then Jock is really good friends with Desi. And so when I explained to Jock that I really saw Desi as he said, okay, let me reach out to little bro and see what he says. But even then, you just never know. So we all three kind of hopped on a Zoom call like this one. And Desi was like, oh, Raven, I'm in. Like, I love it. And so, he went through the script. I talked to him about his character and he was all in. Same thing with Reggie. And so it really wasn't too difficult getting us all together. I think it was just God, because even our schedules just kind of aligned, perfectly. And we worked very well together. I think we all said we just kind of became a family in those few weeks, just spending literally every night with each other filming this movie. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
We were talking about the movie. I know Draw to watch the preview. I'm not going to see it, but it's because I don't do scary movies. I wish
it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It took me almost a year to watch Get Out, and it was after everyone had seen it. 7,000 people said it's not that bad. I had already read everything, the symbolism. Like, I felt like I had seen the movie and knew. So, like, as I was sitting there, it was like, oh, okay, you know, like, it wasn't that bad, but I had literally like read the script so that I knew what was happening. But congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
So how has the success of your debut impacted your career now? Like, you know, what's going on?
Yeah, it's definitely been extremely positive. We've gotten a lot of requests for a sequel. And then, you know, I had a conversation with BET about it, and they're open to it. So that, I mean, that's obviously extremely good news there. And then I have some other distribution companies that are, you know, kind of emailing me and like, Raven, what are you writing? What are you doing? And so just having the opportunity to now be able to really put my stuff out there on big platforms, whether it's streaming, theaters, TV, whatever it is, just having the opportunity to be able to do that is now amazing. And I just want to utilize the opportunity to the best of my ability and make movies for years to come.
Nice.
So Reggie, have you gotten other opportunities from doing this movie? Has other things come up for you?
Absolutely. I think people are like, oh, you can do this. If that's the case, how you take a look at this script? I'm like, oh, bro, I was trying to collab with you for 2 years, but I think people just need to understand that I can go there and I can be seen in a different light, and just getting that opportunity is the most important. But yeah, absolutely. I've definitely have a lot of things coming in the works 2022.
Okay.
Well, in the words of one great Mike Jones back then, didn't want me, now I'm home alone.
Hey, ain't that the truth though?
It is. It's the same with me though. It's the same with me. There's some opportunities and some things I wanted to do where I kind of got that cold shoulder too. Like, well, you know, we'll see or whatever. And we really just decided to do this independently. And now people are banging my door down like, you did that independently? Yeah. What could you do with a major studio? And I'm like, I tried to tell you, but
like now my price goes up because I already
right. The price is not the same price today. So that kind of leads us to our next thing, like being that you've been through that, and now you know you're what advice would you give the new and like the young directors?
Right.
I definitely would say to start, you know, to keep going, because a lot of times, and me and Reggie were talking about this earlier, you hear from people that say, I want to write a movie, I want to direct a movie, I want to write a book, and they just don't start. They're just saying what they want to do, and they're not putting forth any effort or doing something today that their future self will thank them for. And so I say to anybody who wants to kind of take this path is start writing, whether it's that first page, that first chapter, the first act. You've got to start somewhere, and then don't get caught up in the how, because a lot of times, you know, especially as creators, we get into like, well, how are we going to make this work? Where am I going to get the actors? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And even if you're not a creative and you're just even working a 9-to-5 and you're saying, okay, well, how am I going to get out of this situation or do this? And you get so caught up in it, you have analysis paralysis and you don't do anything at all. And so I'm just very big on using an analogy of driving your car at night, because when you're driving your car at night, you do not have to see your final destination in order to get there. All you have to do is be able to see the 200 feet in front of you that your headlights allow you to see. And as long as you keep pushing forward, the next 200 feet are going to reveal itself. The next 200 feet are going to reveal itself, and you'll end up at your destination, whether you had to take a detour or not. And that's how life works. Stop asking how, and just start. And the next 200 feet are going to reveal itself, and then you'll know where to go from there, and you'll know where to go from there, and you'll look up and you'll have that movie written, or you'll be in your first movie as an actress, or you'll be a director, whatever it is. But you got to start, and you got to stop asking how. Just start. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Tomorrow, do the same thing, and a year from now, you'll be further along. You may not be there yet, but you'll be closer than you were yesterday.
You need to put that. You need to be on that. Needs to be on an e-link card.
Right. And then at the end you gotta put Raven said what she
Raven said.
So AS off that couch. Reggie. So what advice would you give a young person who wants to start off like on a social media platform, like doing web series and things like that?
Yes. I would say don't get too caught up in trying to make a platform work for you. I've, been trying to get my Instagram followers when I was like around 17 or 18 years old. I was like, I need more followers on Instagram. I just need people to see eyeballs. But at the same time, I saw an opportunity on Vine, which I had no idea it would be. I didn't know. I had no clue it would do what it did for me at that time. So I looked at it as like, well, everybody's on Instagram, but there is a whole new audience on, Vine or YouTube or Facebook, because it's so many people that don't even get on Instagram that get on Facebook,
Right.
So I looked at that as like, just make sure that you follow whatever opportunity presents itself and just take it from there. So don't get married to platforms. Just create. Don't worry about how you're going to get there, like Raven said, and just work, man. That's really what it's about.
Okay. Well, I know you guys have to wrap it up quickly because I just got a message. You guys have more networking to do with other platforms. So we always close the show out with asking why you are mad. Like, did something bother you today? Did somebody stub your toe with a cart at the grocery store? Did a little kid spit on you? Like, what happened today that just made you angry? So Raven, because you look so happy, and I want to know why you were mad today.
I mean, in general, it's really like my personality, because I'm a strong believer that life is about, maybe 10% of what actually happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. And so, I could go down the list. I was cut off today when I was driving, there was traffic and I had a meeting, thought I was going to be late. I didn't get to eat breakfast and I was hungry, and I could harp on those things, but, I just keep smiling because I'm like, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm well, I have these opportunities that other people may not have.
Exactly.
And so let me just enjoy life. And so it's pretty hard to just make me angry, I will say, but I think that's a great quality because, life is all about choices, and we got to learn to look at the positive when we can. Of course, there's a time to be angry, there's a time to cry, there's a time for all of those things, but as much as you can, you should just try to look at the positives in any situation.
Love it. Okay. All right. So you weren't mad today. We appreciate that. Reggie, what happened to you today? You have anything that happened today?
To be honest with you, I was mad because one of my microphones didn't work and I might have to pay for a new one. But this is what it means to be a content creator. You got to figure it out, even if it's not working right now. So I had to breathe, take myself a smoke break, and get back to it. But one of my microphones, I don't know if I'm on plug in or something, but we'll figure it out.
You have to go old school. You bend it and put the tape around it.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Right. Hell no.
Remember those days.
Right.
Nah. Well, we thank you guys so much for coming. Before you guys go, give us your social media platform so that people can follow you guys.
Yes, I'm at Raven Magwood. I'm mostly active on Instagram. I have a Facebook too, though, but it's just at Raven Magwood, RavenMagwood.
All right, Reggie.
Now.
Reggie Coles, all platforms. ReggiCouz. That's me. And that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on, and we wish you nothing but success in all of your future endeavors. We appreciate you guys for coming on today.
Well, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye. You too.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you. Well, bro. You too.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And I forgot to say for anyone that was listening, she is only 28 years old. She is not even 30 yet. So totally Black girl magic, Black girl excellence. She's already done a whole independent film at 28. Right. So, people, I was talking to some younger people that were like her age, like born around the same time, like 29 through 30. And it was a group text today and they were like, oh, I'm doing well. And I'm like, not to say you're not doing well, but you could be doing more. There's a 28-year-old who just directed a whole movie who is coming on our show today. So don't get complacent and hit your head on the glass ceiling. That's what anybody, like she said, you just keep going. The sky's the limit. Like keep pushing forward and reaching your goals. You don't have to chuck them all at one time. Just like you said, 200 feet. 200 feet and you got it. So
if I could go back and talk to my 28-year-old self
and knew what I knew now, baby.
And know what I know now, Lord.
Yeah, definitely would be a totally different. Y'all wouldn't even know me. I would be a celebrity somewhere. I don't know what I would be doing, but I would be a celebrity, I'm sure. So did I have celebrity gossip? I don't think that I had anything.
Well, so speaking of celebrity, so who was in the picture with Saweetie? Was that actually the baby? Little baby. I mean,
that was on the Shade Room?
Yeah.
I don't know who that was.
Because they try and say, well, Little Baby had a similar outfit on and, you know,
that
kind of stuff.
I don't think that was him, though. I don't think that was him.
And then the baby commented something like, well, who was Saweetie with? Was it the baby or someone? Who was she with? She was someone.
She was with
Quavo.
One of the Amigos. Yeah.
Quavo. And he said, I don't mind sharing or something like that.
Oh, it's messy.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Gosh.
I'm trying to see if I can find it and I can't even.
Is she the one that had a baby or no? No, so I'm mixing up people because I don't know anybody's name.
I'm about Summer Walker, maybe.
That's who I'm thinking. It started with an S. I was close. Mm-hmm. It has the S and a W in it, right?
Yeah. I didn't know Summer Walker even had a baby.
She just had a baby though. It's like a new current.
Like she was having like beef with other like his other baby mamas and talking junk, and then popped up pregnant, and then he was out. Yeah.
And then she got his whole name tattooed on the side of her face, and so did he on the side of her forehead. It's just ridiculous.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So we do have a top. Well, we kind of had a topic. So I was looking on one of our guests that come on here sometimes, Sam. You guys know him. I normally don't agree with anything that Sam says, but he had a post that he put up. So the girls, it was a podcast like us, and there were guys and girls, and they were discussing like roles of men and women and what the men should do. And the women were saying, well, in the Bible, it says the men are supposed to provide for the women, blah, 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 blah. And so the host in the show was like, oh, okay, cool. So in the Bible, it also says that women are supposed to do X, Y, and Z. So if you have standards for men, you should also be doing the same thing. And so then the girl was hush mouth, like she didn't have anything to say. So, Sam was kind of like in agreement.
She did. Wait, she did. He said, if you want a traditional man, are you a traditional woman? And she said, well, those rules don't apply.
Yeah, and then she didn't say nothing for a minute because she couldn't gather anything else to say. And you kind of put on Sam's post, I just hate when people use the Bible for their own benefit. Like, don't use the Bible, especially women. Like, men should do X, Y, and Z, because if you aren't a virtuous woman yourself based off of biblical standards, so then you can't expect this man to be X, Y, and Z, because women should serve. You don't even know how to flip an egg, but you want this man to pay all your bills. You're supposed to know how to cook, take care of, clean up. You don't know how to do nothing but go out to the club and order food to go. That's it. So
you go sit on them modified asses.
And bottle service.
Exactly.
And go sit on them modified asses.
And those modified asses. So how do you guys feel about that?
So it was
she held
this is awful. Strong. I feel like we need the intermission music, but did you see the post or anything, or do you even know?
I don't even look at Sam even post. I follow Sam on Instagram. I don't follow him on Facebook. He's on Facebook.
I think it actually is on Instagram. Where Sam he posted it.
Hold on.
But I typed in his name, but I forgot he was the love guru. But here, I'm gonna play it and make sure you can hear it. Okay. So
I'm supposed to be a man, and they're supposed to treat me.
I don't hear it.
Man would be taken out.
You don't hear it?
And like, be a man, like.
Man, hold on.
You don't hear it?
Bible, so that's a traditional man, correct?
Yeah.
But modern day women aren't traditional themselves. Why should he be traditional?
It's the generation now. Women are not traditional. Are any of you guys virgins? I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on. No, because if we're going to put the standard on men that you want them to pay bills and be masculine and protect you or whatever, let's go all the way. So none of you are virgins. Okay. How many of you are good cooks and have a recipe book or whatever it may be? Recipe? See,
Now they feel attacked. They feel play victim now.
Non-traditional women and want the man to be traditional on his side and pay full price for a depreciating asset that isn't traditional on his end. Because whether women want to accept it.
Yeah.
The whole depreciating asset. Holy crap.
The reason why men were traditional and chivalrous was because women were virgins. They're polite, they're feminine, they're submissive. And when you got a wife, she was a wife. Not a boss babe, not a boss bitch. None of this stupidity that's going on.
So that's the whole thing. So it started with the statement of a woman saying men are supposed to be men. And then he was like, but women are not women.
They try to live on their grandmama times. You are not your grandmama.
And that's really valid, because I think it definitely goes both ways, because I definitely hear men talking about women, they need to do this, they need to do that. She need to cook, she need to clean, she need to do. And I'm like, I can do all of those things if I don't have to go to work.
Right,
that's fine.
What are you going to provide?
But it definitely goes both ways. So you want this traditional aspect, but you don't want to do what it means and what it takes to actually be traditional. And so it's hard to say. Like, there are a lot of people in a lot of situations where I know the woman doesn't work. But when you do the math, because of course women still make less than men, when you do the math, it costs the household more money for her to work than for her to stay home if they have young children, that kind of a thing. So it's more financially beneficial to be home, because if you have 2 kids under 5, let's just say, for the amount of money that you're paying a week in childcare plus gas plus daycare after, because you don't get out, at this certain amount of time. And when you add all that up, it's like, you doing all this for $60 a week. You might as well just stay home and, make life in general easier. And for a long time, that was the case for my brother and his wife. She was like, it actually cost them $60 a month for her to work when you did the budget out and really, put it together. And so she did. She took care of the house. She did what she needed to do. She respected him, and they made it work for them. But I feel like too many couples are trying to go off of, whatever this story is out here and not make the rules that actually fit for them.
Yeah. I agree, because it's like, think about it. To be honest with you, those traditional ways don't kind of like add up to what we have now. It could be better, but women have more independence now. Mm-hmm. They don't really need a man to survive, based on if they make the right decisions. Men make the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? They can pay for their own stuff. They can buy their own stuff. They can live out, they buy their own house. They can do all those things. So if a man who can't provide those things saying, I want a traditional woman, it's gonna be quite tough for you.
Yeah.
And how you gonna get this woman to go into a traditional role? So at that point, you got to figure out what makes it work for y'all. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, that's how it should probably always been.
Yeah.
Always. What makes it work for y'all? Not what America says, not what your grandmother said, not what your grandfather said, not what your parents said. What works for y'all? Because what works for y'all may seem crazy to them, but it works.
Exactly.
And so when they say traditional ways, is it traditional or it was just the way of the time? Right,
that's true. Because as things change, then scenarios, life, everything changes.
Everything changes.
Definitely.
So everybody, to be honest with me, for me, kick that to the side. To be honest with you, you get what you give.
Yeah.
You get what you put out. It's just that hasn't changed at all.
True.
So
sometimes, because hoes stay winning. So
but it ain't nothing new.
I know, but they stay winning. Prostitutes ain't winning though. They feet hurt, they vagina out in the cold with a jack. Like, you're not winning.
But you get what you
might
put
get
out.
backhanded by Sugar Ray. There's nothing good about that. So
right, you get what you put out.
That's true. So I got a quick topic switch. I was listening to y'all while I was gone. So I saw a post online. It's one of your frat brothers, actually, me and him were talking about it. A man who lacks purpose distracts himself with pleasure is what he posted on his Instagram. So I was like, that's interesting. And we were talking about it. And he said, Sally, this applies to so many Black men. A lot of it goes back to having inactive fathers. So he said he was on a group chat with 3 of his line brothers, and they all have 4 of them have daughters. So it's a topic that they talk about frequently. Why what I'm talking about?
I'm laughing because everybody say this because they're like, oh, because there's a lack of a father. And I'd be like, well, maybe because you got a big and you know what I'm saying, with a single mother. So you might feel like you can do whatever you want to. Another way of looking at things.
So they weren't even talking about that. So all of them have daughters.
They said lack of single father because you probably had that to a single mother.
No, they're not. None of these guys are single fathers, though. They're all married men in there. So what they were saying about that is,
for them to say that.
Would you let me finish what they said?
Go ahead.
Off of that. So they all have daughters, and they said, and he was like, I know that getting a man is not the end all be all for women, nor should it be. However, what if my daughter as an adult decides she wants to settle down and marry a Black man? It feels like she may not have many options because many of our boys are just so far behind our girls. I try not to worry about it much, but I have no idea how we'll be able to have this conversation with her. Like if I tell her and prepare her for all the things she should look for in a man, it probably will mean her choices will be so limited that she ends up single. Again, there's nothing wrong with being a single woman, but it should be single by choice, not because the pool of qualified men is so shallow. And I was like, that is very true. So me and him kind of had a conversation about that, because I'm like, women now struggle with finding a suitable mate, because sometimes men are just behind the mark. And so it's either you settle for someone or you be with someone just for the sake of being with someone. And I can only fathom what it's going to be like when his daughter gets older, because she's a child now, like she's a young girl. So it's just, I didn't know that. I mean, I know men think about how their kids will be raised. I'm sure you think about Dre and his growing up and finding the right person, but I never heard, a Black man give it that way. So I was like, that's kind of cool that they're thinking about that and thinking how to have those conversations with their daughter now so that she does end up with the right man. Like Michelle talk about all the time, it's looked at as bad if women who are of a certain age don't have any kids or they are not married, because they're like, what's wrong with you? But sometimes the dating pool does have pee in it, and that may be why the woman doesn't have any kids. So how do you guys feel about that conversation and that quote?
My whole thing is this, man, no matter what you teach your kid, what they go through, it's going to be trial and error until they get it right, or until that person comes along. I mean, you can give your child the keys to life. Here you go, right here. Here's the keys to life. Take these keys, and this is what's going to take you far. But that's not how it just works sometimes. Kids are going to go off and do what they want to do, and you can't fault them for it, because we did the same thing too. I mean, you learn more from a bump head than from just going on life. There's the easiest path taken.
Definitely.
And without going through that strife and going through that pain, how do you know what you really want? You learn what you can deal with. You learn what you can't, what you can't deal with. You learn with the person that you want to be with, and what you have to understand that you're not going to get everything. Mm-hmm. You may be looking for this 6-foot guy or a 7'2" guy or whatnot, but God gave you this 5'9", 5'10" guy who's everything you want in a man. So it's all trial and error. You can give advice all you want. And I've already wrapped my mind around that now, even with my son. The fact that I could give you the golden nuggets, because I'm pretty sure what you're going to go through hasn't changed from much what I went through. I teach my son now, hey, I can give you the advice. It may not always be perfect, but I'm going to tell you this. Wise man learns from a fool's mistakes, and a fool learns from his own. Mm-hmm. And he repeats that back to me. So I can't just hope that, he's going to take my advice. He's going to go out there and he's going to do correct. He's going to find that person. It's going to be just fine. I've kicked that thought out of my head because you think everyone has went through it, from not even just us.
So quick question, and we're gonna talk to Michelle. Why do we tell people that you don't have to go through pain to have happiness? Like, why do we make that the norm? Like, you have to have some type of heartache or pain to get to a good point. And also, I would never tell a child, like, you can't find what you're looking for. Because there are people that find who they're looking for, what they want. God didn't give them a little ugly, raggedy man. They prayed for X, Y, Z, and that's what they got. So I think it just kind of depends.
But I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you hope for the best. I hope my son finds that perfect woman and he's with her for the rest of his life. I'd be like, no, what? Thank God you proved me wrong.
Yeah.
And not I'm putting bad on him, but I'd be like, man, hey, if you want some advice, I'm here based on what I know.
Yeah.
You know, based on what I've been through. That's all I can give you based on what I know. Your situation may be different.
Okay. Michelle, how do you feel?
So you don't have to touch the stove to know it's hot. I watched you touch it and burn your hand, and guess what? I don't want to get burned. So
right.
you know that's a real thing. Sometimes people say, like, once you go through hardships or you appreciate it more or that kind of thing, like the struggle makes it worth it. And so last week, remember, we briefly talked about King Richard and the movie with Venus and Serena's dad. Well, on Black Friday, we watched it as a family, and then they did like a red table talk also. But one of the things that I learned was that he very purposefully moved them to Compton, like, because he wanted them to grow up in the hood. He had researched, you know, the most elite athletes, and he thought that being in the hood and with the struggle made you tougher, made you stronger, made you want it more. And there are some people that subscribe to that, but at the same time, that doesn't explain the phenomena like Grant Hill, who grew up, you know, with the charm life. You know, those other kids that went, you know, to school in North Carolina and, you know, Duke and blah, 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 whatever. Um, he was better off than them coming up, even though you might make assumptions based on him in black versus the white kids. And so when you say you have to have been hurt to know and appreciate a good thing, I just don't buy it. And the same thing is true when we talk about people that grow up without a dad or whatever. I'm very sure that a lot of the ways that I am are very specifically because I had that modeled for me and that example. I grew up knowing that I was loved. I was very secure in that. And so, but that doesn't mean that I'm good or I'm free from struggle because of that. Because that would mean that every woman or every child that grew up with both of their parents would be perfectly fine. And as we know, that is just not the case. People have issues how they have issues, and everybody has a cross to bear, and you just figure it out. And so, yeah, now we talk about the fact that I'm knocking on my 42nd birthday. I'm not married. I don't have any children. Somewhere, somebody is looking at me like, oh, poor thing.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, oh, it's so sad that nobody chose you. Who said I was trying to get chose all that time?
Right.
I'm just now graduated to the point where the idea of one person does not make me itch. I've just gotten there. And so it's like people get there how they get there. And their story is their story. So we go back to how all this works. I saw a video where a man, he said he was putting his daughter to bed and she gave him a hug, and she was like, I can't wait for my future husband. And he was like,
what?
Oh. Like she
from a hug? Simmer down, little like, Kimusabi.
And she's like 5. You know, and he was like, so what is it about a husband that you can't wait for? She was like, and then he was like, well, what do you think a husband is supposed to be or do? And she was like, be like you. And he was like, ooh, like, all right, good night, baby, you know. But he was just like, I'm giving her that example of what marriage can be and what life can be like with a wife and a relationship, that is something that she wants. And he was like, that's the best that I can do, and that's the best that I can offer. And I'm like, you know, congratulations to you. But everybody's story is their story. Some people are a little bit slower. You meet who you meet. Sometimes y'all are on the same page at the same time. Sometimes one person gets there a little faster, the other person plays catch up. Hopefully they still there when you catch up.
Right.
But
It's like development. Like kid development. One kid may start walking in 9 months, another kid may start walking 12. But the thing about it is you always get there. No matter what time is in between, you always
all
get
these
there.
new parents, they babies start walking at 3 months, they start talking at 4 months.
All these you believe it. You better believe your child. That's cool. But there's another child who is just as smart as your child who's not walking right now.
Not the new parents.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I mean, everybody gets there. Some person may get married, had their first child at 42. You know what I'm saying? And those type of things. So
I seen the meme when she threw that baby. I don't know about that.
A lady had a child. She had her first child. When did the lady tell me she was 49? Like her neighbor had her first child at 49, and I was like, oh my god! Like they wanted a kid, and
that was like Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett had her first kid like something like that.
Yeah, and they were having fertility issues, so she had a surrogate. She didn't even carry them.
I thought she carried her kid.
Huh?
I thought she actually carried her kid.
Mm-mm.
When our classmates she just had another kid at 40.
So times are changing, and technology is different, and yeah, it just kind of depends. But I definitely sign up to good dads, being like Michelle's story, good examples to their daughters, because when women see that, it kind of sometimes changes their standard. If it is a good dad, if he's an active father that's in the home. Now, if you just got a daddy sitting around coming home watching TV like Al Bundy and not really being active, then yeah, that could change the narrative.
I better leave Al Bundy alone. Al Bundy was a shoe salesman, and he took care of home. And if you mess with his kids or his wife, he was on you.
All he did is sit on the couch with his hands in his pants, watching sports and drinking a beer.
But even still, some chicks that had a good dad still ended up struggling.
Definitely. So I'm not saying there's no end all be all for any situation, exactly. But I definitely think sometimes that does help to see the good example, because I've seen the flip side of it. We see girls who don't have a dad. Sometimes they are awful, but then because they're looking for a father figure because they didn't have one, because dad has disappointed them. But they also have the flip side of girls who didn't have a dad, and it makes them not want a dad, like their absentee dad. So they find amazing.
Right. It's a trust issue. You got to be able to have a relationship with your child that they trust you. You know, if you're not building that type of relationship with your child that they can't come to you and you don't want them to defy you. You want them to respect you and trust what you're saying. You know, so most relationships with children that they have good with their fathers and parents is because they trust.
Did Rhonda freeze, or is that me?
Okay, so I thought it was me.
Oh, but the way he froze is funny as hell. Let me watch. You go by the time I get the picture. He gonna freeze. Shoot.
I have the Facebook on, and I kept watching, so I started moving because I was like, in about 20 seconds, if I don't move, then it's me.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
This is about to be my new Facebook picture, along with profile picture, along with DB's foot.
Dang, it's not me like that.
Yes.
Dang.
That Facebook will hold you. You look crazy right there.
I would not add that on. If you tag me that, I'm not adding that.
Funny.
So yeah, that was one interesting topic.
10 day, don't do that, bro. 10 day to my froze, but look at it. I was literally in mid talk. That's terrible. Don't do that, bro.
You know, 10 day petty, so he been and did something.
Right. Don't worry.
Okay. So I had a question before we got online, and this is probably the question that many of us have gotten on this platform right now because we're all Greek. And so we're just gonna kind of share it. I'm not gonna say who asked it, it's irrelevant, but they said, is it okay to give someone who is pledging a fraternity or sorority gifts that are that fraternity and sorority theme? So I say, yeah, as long as you're not wearing them or putting up their sign or whatever. And then they were like, well, what if the person doesn't make the cut? Then what? So that was like so, again, if people aren't Greek, they don't understand the process. We can all share. But if you are caught wearing, somebody buy you something, you ain't legit, you might catch a fade. And you don't want to do that. So don't let your friend catch you get you caught with a fade, and now you got a black eye. If the people ain't legit yet, then they don't get to have any Greek stuff. And if the people who are pledging them find out that they have it, they're gonna be in a whole heap of trouble. So
pledging or pledge? Because if I say if you get someone while they pledging,
that's what I wanted to know, because those are two different things.
Well, they're not Greek, so
through the process. But if this is somebody that's going through the process, no, we don't do anything until it's said and done.
Right.
So yeah, you can give, because even still, if they're still going through the process, they can't be caught with any of that. That's hell to pay.
Right.
And the fact that you know that they pledge, and that's a problem in itself.
Right.
Unless it's your roommate and they can't avoid, y'all live in a one-bedroom studio, like
right.
All these new Negroes in your room that you don't know all of a sudden.
And everybody got on black with hoodies, and y'all got these binders. It was like, okay, maybe you might know. So it's funny. I forgot what I was gonna say because that was funny. I was gonna say when Tia talked about people having stuff or wearing stuff and having paraphernalia when they're not a member. I remember a story of somewhere in a place where there was only one chapter. So you can't get away with nothing. And so this man is in the airport with two ladies that have on AKA gear. And he was like, oh, my daughter has that. She's in that group. And then they're like, well, like, oh, yeah, your shirt, like that AKA pink and green. I saw she has a keychain, da 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 da. And then they were like, oh, who's your daughter? And when he said the name, they was like,
whoa.
And chapter ended up in a whole investigation because somebody daddy said my daughter is one of them. So even if you
I feel like this is familiar, is this something that I would know?
Even if you're think you're in a safe atmosphere, just know that you're not. And so you can't go out of town and do it. You can't be with your family and do it. You can't be nowhere and do it thinking that it's not gonna come back, because
you will get caught.
Yeah, I remember one time when I was in Nebraska, I was literally sleeping in my bed and got a phone call and a text message with pictures of people strolling at a party in a surrounding state that were not AKAs at all. And it just kind of took a turn for the worse. And I had to call the girls that were, told them to calm down because they had called some other girls. They was like, can you make it up here before the party's over? I cannot make it up there. It was, so they got severely checked. And I think they had to unask they stuff, and they was strolling with y'all frat brothers, which they got into some mess with because they should. So yeah, it was a big bad ordeal. So be careful.
Situation.
Yeah, right. That was
right if you want
basically. So the moral of the story is you can buy a gift for someone who is a legit member. Don't take a detour. Like if you buy them a keychain, don't put it on your keychain before you give it to them. If you have a license plate, don't put it, in the window, like as if it's yours, or try to represent, don't try on the shirt, and take a selfie to see, oh, you like this, like just, get a gift, wrap it up and give it if they are actually a member. So it's because it's groups, it's lines coming out all over the place. It's the season.
It is.
Tis the season. I know the alphas are doing a lot of stuff this week because their Founders Day is coming up. Then we have Founders Month. January is just boom, 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 boom. So everybody's doing stuff. So just know, be ready.
Shout out to one of my close friends who I love her resilience. She has been trying to be an AKA and for a while, and just circumstances, different scenarios happen, and she just crossed. So shout out to her. I'm so very proud of her.
What's her name?
Trudy Minor is her name. So she's in Kansas City, and I can't think of the name of the chapter. I can look it up right now. Look it up.
Shout out to my boy Sean
Mu Omega. Is it Mu Omega or Beta 6? Not Beta 6 Omega.
Oh, let me look.
I got to give a shout out to my boy Dorsey.
1 second. Go ahead, Gerard. I'm sorry.
I got to shout out to my boy Sean Dorsey.
Or Beta Omega.
It's the dude right there. He just crossed over at the Arlington chapter.
Okay.
I'm trying to get him to do grad for forever, and he finally did it.
You finally did it, huh?
Finally did it. Congrats, Sean Dorsey. Welcome to the frat, bro.
Welcome, Sean D. She's in Xi Tau Omega chapter.
Xi Tau Omega. That's not Kansas City.
That's where she lives, unless she moved to Missouri. I don't know. That's where she lives, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Wherever it's at. Maybe it's at Missouri. I don't. She's either Kansas or it's one of them. That I got a whole picture of the whole line.
I believe you. Like that's a chapter in the Midwest for sure.
Yeah, because that's what the bottom of the when they take the picture sitting down and stuff. That's what it's saying on it. Welcome 25 new members. So but I did. So I'm just give some new rules when you join the organization and you're taking your pictures. Make sure you know the sign. Like don't have the alpha sign all backwards and flippity floppity, right? Don't have a half a pinky thrown up lazily and you got it this way, because we don't do I seen somebody like this.
That's cocaine,
right? This is not our this is not how our pinkies go. I don't know why your big
is it Overland Park?
Huh? Yeah, Kansas.
No, they started in Grandview. So we're good.
Okay.
It's one of the we're good.
Okay. So don't do this. This is not an AKA sign. If I see you doing this with your pinky like this in the picture, I'm gonna correct
you. That's pimp cocaine finger.
That's not. It goes this way.
Yeah, that's pimp cocaine.
Yeah, it's just so much. So we are at the end of our show, and we're gonna go around the. Did you guys see? Somebody just sent me this before we go really quick. So is it Lincoln University? My line sister actually sent it to me, and we were
in Pennsylvania.
Appalled. I don't know where it was. A Lincoln. It just says a Lincoln alumni unity stroll, and I don't know if you guys can see this. So the girl in the front is a Delta. They're throwing up everybody's sign. Like that's not okay.
Who is doing that? Who is this?
So all of these girls are in different organizations, but they promote unity at their school, and so they have a unity stroll, but you ain't an AKA, so I'm not gonna stroll with you throw up my sign. So we're gonna have a whole big problem. I'll just shut that whole stroll down. You can have a unity stroll without doing that. So to me, when they were doing this, just clap. Let the AKAs throw their sign up, let the Deltas do their thing. Just that should be it. Why are you throwing up my sign? So me and my line sisters were like, that is absolutely stupid. The people on there obviously didn't pledge and they don't understand the importance of their sign and they don't understand how to properly implement unity. And as you can see, that was a women, because I'm 99.9% sure that the men didn't do that. Like I don't see any of the fraternities doing that thinking that that's okay. Like I just literally don't. So y'all both looking puzzled and right. It's crazy. Yeah. Right. You have nothing. We were both like, what? I thought I sent that to you. I didn't send it to you.
I don't even do the like the combination, where a Delta comes and does this and I'm supposed to make the connection with. No, just
do your thing and I'll do
go
mine.
Ahead. You use your two hands and we're good.
I thought because crimson and cream makes salmon pink.
Does it? I don't know if that makes salmon. I just
make it a little bit messy.
Right. No, I don't think so. Don't sign up for this. Don't. We love all organizations.
Hashtag fail.
Right.
Okay. So why are you mad?
Oh,
you.
Whoever. You. Why are you mad?
Why am I mad? I'm mad that my Dodge Nitro had to get laid to rest. So, yeah, it pooped out.
You told us last week.
Did I tell you that last week? Well,
yeah, that you bought a lemon and all that.
I'm trying to I'm mad I gotta get a new. I bought a new one, so not a Dodge Nitro, but I'm mad I got a new one, but it's more decent. But yeah.
Oh well, at least you were able. That's not nothing to be mad about. Because you were able to get a new car. You would have been mad if you couldn't get another car and that had died. Look at God blessing you.
I'm still mad.
Nope, you
Extra
can't be
bill.
mad about that.
Extra bill.
Well, okay, that's true. That's true. Michelle, why are you mad?
I'm mad that myself in a situation, being nice, and then the whole reason that I did this because you were trying to avoid something, and then you went back and got caught up into something, and then I'm over here trying to figure out life, and you negated the whole reason how we started this foolishness, and I was just like, you know what?
Now you caught in the middle.
Go. All right, then go ahead.
You've been trying to be more gangster like me and Tia, but you friends.
But it's working. It's working itself out, and I'm in a good place. But I had a moment where I had to check myself.
We got a ride on the fool.
I'm having to check myself a lot lately, but
people,
what'd you say?
Who we got to ride
out?
No, we don't have to ride out on anybody. Okay. I'm just having to check myself a lot lately because sometimes I realize I've gotten myself into some stuff, and I just need to be.
Okay.
I need to do better.
This fool said I got myself into some stuff.
It's nice to try to make yourself feel better, to put it on somebody else, but at the end of the day, I just have to do better. That's that.
I just saw 10 days.
I need to put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt. Do better.
I know Michelle said that what 10 Day said, but what 10 Day put he froze, but that look ain't it. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Yeah.
And then the next thing he said was, Michelle, fix your face.
Right.
But anyway.
Bothering everybody.
TOO 10 Day. Tia say I'm too friendly, but
yeah,
I think I've gotten accused of that a couple of times.
TOO 10 Day, not TO.
Talking about you always smiling. You're too friendly. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. My bad.
Sometimes you gotta put a meme hug on. That'd be okay, and then people will just leave the hell alone. It works.
I'm gonna do better. Just put it on the shirt. Do better.
Yeah. And then hashtag I will on the back.
I'm gonna do better.
I will.
Tia, why are you mad?
Probably she got you leaving every 3 seconds.
Oh my God! Don't take MCT like that. Why am I mad? I'm not mad this week, but last Tuesday, I had a real challenging time maintaining myself when we were out. People are so disrespectful, and I don't do disrespect well. We were out last week, and a young lady was sitting in our section. We asked her to move multiple times, and she would not move. And it took the grace of God for me not to slide her, because she thought I was her friend, and she was like, well, such and such just told me that I had to move and I'm not going anywhere. And I said, well, I'm such and such's friend. Why are you trying to tell me? You don't even know that I'm with them, because I'm the one that the person you need to be worried about is the person that's not saying anything, which is me. I'm not saying anything because I'm watching you, because if you react wrong, you're going to catch a phase that you didn't even know you was going to catch because you're looking at me. You thought I was nice. I am not nice. I haven't smiled one time. Everything you do, I am looking at you. I haven't said a word because I'm trying to maintain myself from getting nucky few butts.
I had to switch sides with you before, so I know how it go.
Yeah, and this was the next week. This was
oh Lord.
And I'm just like, why do people try people so tough, and they try to be so tough and just disrespectful? Like, you don't know people. Just be cordial when you out in close quarters and somebody asks you to move unasked a seat and you didn't pay for it, then just move. Like, you don't have to push your way and try to buck up, because you don't know who got what and who gonna do what to you.
Yeah, that'd be nice to me.
And nor do you know who is with who.
Yeah, you don't know who's with who. So I got a text message from one of my friends that was in there. She was like, you need to fix your face because you look like you up to no good. And I said, you are. She was like, yeah, but someone that don't know you would know that, but I know you well enough to looked like you contemplating something. I was like, I definitely am. So that's why I was mad last week. I don't like disrespect people. Yeah, but here we are. It's a new week, and everything is good. Yeah, Dorada had to switch places because that girl kept bumping me with the big girl. Like, if you don't stop bumping me,
I admit she was doing a lot.
Yeah, she was.
Her girdle was doing. That was a funny part.
Yeah, she did. She was doing her part because I pushed her hard as shit in the back, and I was like, "Watch out," because this is after the third time, and then so Dorada, I think he saw the fourth because I was like, "Okay."
I was like, "Let me just switch sides with you," because this
I didn't even want you to switch sides. I wanted her to bump me,
and you did. And I was like, "No, switch sides."
We want to play games. I'm gonna win the gold medal in the game.
I missed all that. I missed all of that.
All right. Well, this is the end of our show. Holidays are over. We're trying to be chill. Christmas is coming. I feel like we're gonna blink and it's gonna be here, and then we'll be back to our shenanigans. But and Michelle's birthday is coming.
Wait, no. You said yes, my birthday. Good, great, wonderful. We can talk about that next time. When you said the holidays, like Thanksgiving, just want to know, did anybody do anything crazy at Thanksgiving? Did y'all have any major disappointments? I can tell y'all that we went to the grocery store like Wednesday night, and
why talk on Wednesday night?
Because we got there Wednesday. I just had to get some pie crust. That was it. Okay. Hope y'all enjoyed the peach cobbler, but just hope y'all enjoyed it. The cousin I told y'all that did the casserole,
sweet potato casserole.
She was with us. It was 3 of us that went in the store, and everybody bought like just a couple of things that they needed, putting the stuff in the back. And I was like, "Are those canned yams?"
Oh no, ma'am. No, ma'am, not candy.
And it was like, I was like, what are those canned yams for?
What are you getting those for, right?
Oh well, okay. Let me let you know what's not about to be on my plate tomorrow. So if anybody is really well skilled at making sweet potato casserole with the candy pecans and stuff on top, and you feel like making a personal dish for me, please let me know, because I'm not eating those candy yams. So that was my Thanksgiving disappointment.
I'm gonna send y'all my sister video that she sent me when we get off air.
That video was hilarious. She was reading she said long ass braid for no reason.
My sister was she said, I'm gonna tell all y'all business. She said, I'm gonna tell all y'all business. Wait till I get a phone. I'm like, what? And like, what you say, tell our business? Whatever.
Somebody sent me this in Michelle.
Somebody sent you that.
So we all duck lipping today on the Frozen.
Was I frozen? I just made that face. I just made that face for a little bit too long. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
10 day. Tell your mama I said, "Hey, auntie."
Right. All right, y'all. Have a good rest of y'all Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and coconut oil. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Peace.
Bye. 1, 2,
3,
5.
Leave y'all with a face.
Case, because we got sticky fingers out here trying to get us. Okay, I got me a headache. Bye.
Bye. And you dizzy.
Right.